David Miller believed in service. From a young age, he felt a responsibility to his community. Growing up, he saw firsthand the impact of dedicated public servants. They inspired him. They fueled his desire to make a difference. He knew his path lay in public service. David's parents instilled in him the importance of honesty and integrity. These values became his guiding principles. He believed public service was a sacred trust. It was about serving the people, not personal gain. This belief shaped his career. It guided his every decision. David started his journey in local government. He was driven by a desire to serve his community and make a tangible difference in the lives of the people around him. He took an entry-level position in the city's finance department. It was a modest beginning, but David saw it as a stepping stone to greater things. It wasn't glamorous, but he was eager to learn. Every day he approached his tasks with enthusiasm, knowing that each small effort contributed to a larger goal. He quickly gained a reputation for his diligence and meticulous attention to detail. His colleagues noticed his dedication, often seeing him working late into the night to ensure everything was perfect. David possessed an innate ability to analyze complex financial data. His sharp mind and analytical skills set him apart from his peers. He could spot discrepancies others missed. This talent made him an invaluable asset to the department, as he often caught errors that could have led to significant issues. His colleagues respected his work ethic. They admired his ability to stay focused and his unwavering commitment to getting things right. They admired his unwavering commitment to accuracy. David's attention to detail ensured that the department's financial reports were always reliable and precise. David's dedication didn't go unnoticed. His superiors recognized his hard work and began to see him as a rising star within the organization. He steadily climbed the ranks. With each promotion, he took on more responsibility and continued to prove his worth. Each promotion brought him closer to his goal, making a real difference in the lives of his fellow citizens. He wanted to ensure that the city's resources were used effectively and ethically. He held fast to his principles. No matter the pressure, David refused to compromise his values. He refused to compromise his integrity. His moral compass guided him through difficult decisions, always pointing him in the right direction. His colleagues knew him as a man of his word. They trusted him implicitly, knowing that he would always do what was right. They knew he could be trusted. David's reputation for integrity and reliability made him a respected figure in the office and beyond. Years passed, and the city evolved, its skyline a testament to progress and ambition. David Miller, a man of ambition and vision, rose to a prominent position in the city government, earning accolades and respect. As the head of a significant portion of the city's budget, he was entrusted with the financial health of the metropolis. It was a position of immense power and responsibility, one that came with both prestige and pressure. However, this role also exposed him to the dark underbelly of government operations, where shadows lurked and secrets were kept. As he delved deeper into his duties, he began to notice irregularities in the city's finances, small anomalies that caught his trained eye. At first, these discrepancies seemed like minor oversights, easily explainable errors in a complex system, but David's instincts, honed by years of experience, told him that something wasn't right. He decided to dig deeper, trusting his gut. He started a discreet investigation, careful not to draw attention to his growing suspicions. Night after night, he pored over spreadsheets, cross-referencing invoices and scrutinizing every detail. He meticulously followed the money trail, determined to uncover the truth. The deeper he went, the more alarmed he became. The irregularities were not just minor oversights, they were significant discrepancies, glaring red flags that pointed to something far more sinister. It became clear that these were deliberate acts of fraud, carefully orchestrated to siphon off funds. A massive embezzlement scheme was underway, involving large sums of money and intricate cover-ups, and to his horror it involved some of the city's most powerful figures, individuals he had once admired and trusted. David knew he had to act, but the path ahead was fraught with danger and uncertainty. The stench of corruption was overwhelming, but he was determined to cleanse it. David knew he had to expose the truth. He also knew the risks involved. He was going up against powerful people, people who wouldn't hesitate to silence him. He meticulously documented his findings. He gathered irrefutable evidence. He prepared himself for the storm he knew was coming. As expected, the backlash was swift and ferocious. Whispers turned into accusations. Accusations escalated into character assassinations. The officials implicated in David's report went on the offensive. They launched a smear campaign. They tried to discredit him. They painted him as a disgruntled employee. They called him a liar. They tried to destroy his reputation. Section 5. A community divided. The city was divided. Some people believed the accusations against David. Others rallied to his defense. The local news media became a battleground. Accusations and counter-accusations flew back and forth. The scandal dominated the headlines. David found himself increasingly isolated. Some of his colleagues distanced themselves. Friends avoided his calls. The pressure was relentless. He was threatened. He was followed. His family was harassed. But David refused to be silenced. He knew the truth was on his side. He had faith that justice would prevail. Section 6. Standing strong, standing together. Throughout the ordeal, David found solace and strength in his faith. He was a devout man. He sought guidance from his church. The local pastors, aware of his situation, offered him unwavering support. They saw the toll the accusations and attacks were taking on him. They saw the integrity in his eyes. They knew he was telling the truth. The pastors used their influence to rally support for David. They spoke out against the corruption he exposed. They organized prayer vigils. They called on the community to stand with David. Section 7. Vindication and recognition. The tide began to turn. The community, inspired by the pastor's courage, found its voice. People started speaking out in support of David. They demanded a full and impartial investigation. They saw through the lies. They recognized David's integrity. The pressure on the authorities mounted. They could no longer ignore the truth. A full investigation was launched. The investigation confirmed everything David had uncovered. The embezzlement scheme was exposed. The officials involved were arrested. David Miller was vindicated. Section 8. The unsung hero. The city celebrated David as a hero. He was hailed for his courage, his integrity, and his unwavering commitment to the truth. His story became a testament to the power of one person to make a difference. David was humbled by the recognition. He didn't seek fame or fortune. He was driven by a simple desire to serve his community. He was an ordinary man who had done an extraordinary thing. He became known as the unsung hero. Section 9. A legacy of integrity. This chapter delves into the profound impact of one man's unwavering commitment to ethical principles. The scandal shook the city to its core. It forced a reckoning, a moment of truth that demanded change. The community was left in shock, grappling with the betrayal of trust. It led to significant reforms in city government. Policies were overhauled and new regulations were introduced to prevent such a breach of integrity from ever happening again. New measures were put in place to ensure transparency and accountability. These changes were not just superficial, they were deeply rooted in the desire to rebuild trust and restore faith in the system. David returned to his job. Despite the turmoil, he remained steadfast, a beacon of hope and resilience. He continued his work with the same dedication and integrity that had always defined him. His commitment to ethical practices became a guiding light for others. He became a sought-after speaker. His experiences and insights were invaluable, and people were eager to learn from him. He shared his story with community groups. His message resonated deeply, inspiring many to take a stand for integrity in their own lives. He shared his story with schools. Young minds were captivated by his journey, learning the importance of honesty and ethical behavior. He shared his story with government agencies. His insights helped shape policies and practices, ensuring that integrity remained at the forefront of governance. He emphasized the importance of ethical leadership. His passion was evident, and his words left a lasting impact on all who heard him. He emphasized the importance of civic engagement. He encouraged people to get involved, to be active participants in their communities. He emphasized the importance of standing up for what's right, even when it's difficult. His legacy of integrity continues to inspire, reminding us all of the power of ethical leadership and the impact one person can make. Section 10. Inspiring a new generation. David's story resonated with people of all ages, but it held a particular power for young people. They saw in him a role model. They were inspired by his courage. They were moved by his selflessness. He showed them that they too could make a difference. He challenged them to stand up for their beliefs. He encouraged them to pursue careers in public service. He reminded them that integrity was the foundation of a just and equitable society. Section 11. The Ripple Effect of Courage. David Miller's story didn't end with his vindication. It continued to inspire long after the scandal faded from the headlines. His act of courage had a ripple effect. It touched countless lives. It reminded people that even in the darkest of times, light can prevail. It showed them that integrity matters. It proved that one person's commitment to the truth can make a world of difference. It demonstrated that the pursuit of justice, though often fraught with challenges, is a fight worth fighting.